Welcome to week 7. We only have 1 week remaining, and these last couple of weeks should be fairly busy for you if you're working hard and trying to produce the best work possible. So for this week, you have 4 assignments to focus on. First is your threaded discussion in blog number 5, and just as you've done with the previous threaded discussions, just read the prompt, provide your initial response by Tuesday, and respond to 2 of your classmates by Thursday. Also, don't forget to include this in your digital portfolio. The next assignment is probably going to take most of your time this week. You're going to be completing a mobile app review. Currently, there are over 2 million apps that are available, and most of them people are unfamiliar with, but the app business does generate about 190 billion, that's billion with a B, annually. Bottom line, there's possibly an app for whatever you need, hence the phrase, there's an app for that. So you'll research and identify one mobile app that you can use for your professional responsibilities at work, and then you're going to provide an in-depth review of that app. So just follow the assignment guidelines. The twist here is you're going to be providing this review in the form of what's called a PechaKucha presentation. I'm sure most of you have no idea of what a PechaKucha presentation is, so I provided some resources to help you understand. I also sent you an email including a survey about this. If you have not completed that survey, please do so now. Just stop the video, complete the survey, and then come back. That information is needed for research purposes, and it has to be completed before you begin working on your mobile app review assignment. So after completing the survey, you can begin working on your presentation. So complete the review first. So get all of the information that you need for your mobile app review, responding to all the assignment guidelines, and then begin to focus on the presentation. I suggest visiting the PechaKucha website to get a little background information on what PechaKucha actually is. I've provided a link to the website in the assignment form, so take a look at that. Also, watch the video on how to make a PechaKucha. I've also included a link to this in the assignment form. Basically, similar to your PowerPoint presentation, you're going to create an audio review of your mobile app. And PechaKucha, which actually means chit-chat in Japanese, is a timed presentation method using 20 slides and spending 20 seconds per slide discussing a topic. In this case, a mobile app review. Each slide should contain very little or no text information. You'll use images to help convey your message in addition with your vocal audio recording. So 20 images, 1 slide per image, no more than 20 seconds per slide, and your vocal audio. I've included the presentation templates for both PowerPoint and Keynote, and both of these also have the slide transition times already set to advance every 20 seconds. This means that the entire presentation should not be shorter than or exceed 6 minutes and 40 seconds. That's your target goal for this assignment. With our assignment, I am going to give you a little bit of flexibility in that. There still must be 20 slides, but you can spend a little more or less time on each individual slide. You don't need to keep the 20 seconds per slide, but on your first slide, let's say, for example, you don't have 20 seconds of information to discuss. You may only have 5 seconds of information. That's fine, but you must make up that time discussing a little bit more on a different slide or just spread it out throughout the presentation. So the times per slide for you can vary, but the presentation still must total 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Now, if you decide to do this and change the times for each slide, you are going to need to modify the transition times within the provided templates because the templates are already set for 20 seconds per slide, and that should be fairly simple to do. Another note to consider, for those of you using Keynote rather than PowerPoint, when you complete your Keynote presentation, you will need to export this as a PowerPoint file. And this is simple because all you'll do is select File from the toolbar, go to Export, and then select PowerPoint. This will allow everyone to be able to view your presentation. Because if you're using PowerPoint, you cannot open a Keynote file. But if you're using Keynote, you are able to create and open PowerPoint files. So all completed assignments must be saved as a PowerPoint. Now, that's some information on creating your PechaKucha, your mobile app review assignment. Be sure to read through the assignment guidelines, read and listen to the resources that are provided, and start early. Hopefully you can get started on this first thing today. Then, for assignment 7.3, the mobile app review threaded discussion, this is going to be specific to the assignment. You don't have to include this in your digital portfolio. You'll simply critique and provide some feedback on one of the PechaKucha app reviews from your classmates. But next, You remember the issues that we had with the website evaluation peer assignment? Yeah, you're going to address that again. This time you will need to evaluate and assess all Pecha Kucha presentations. You're going to be asked to evaluate the presentations based on content, organization, clarity, quality of the slides, creativity, and interest. I've included a student list of everyone in our class. This way you can complete the evaluation of their presentation and then just check them off the list as you go. That way you'll know whose presentation you've assessed because you will follow a link to the evaluation. So you'll need to, first of all, download the student list. Be sure you have that available for you. View the Pecha Kucha presentations of all the students. Just start at the top of the list and work your way down. Open up the survey link, and this needs to be done for each individual student each time you complete an evaluation assessment. And then complete the evaluation and then check the students off the list so you don't duplicate someone and you know whose presentation you've already evaluated. I know it's a bit repetitive, but it's also necessary. It's a lot of work and it will take you some time to complete. Remember, you're evaluating everyone in the class, and each presentation is 6 minutes and 40 seconds. So for this reason, not only is this assignment form worth quite a few more points than others, there's also an extra credit opportunity for those who complete all their evaluations. Now, you won't be able to see the completed results of your peer evaluations and assessment, and you won't know whose evaluation you've completed because you're following that link to complete those in the Google Forms. But I'll be able to identify who's completed what, and I'll know how many that you've completed and who's been completed. So be sure you spend some time and complete the evaluation for each of your classmates. And after all this is done, for research purposes, you'll need to complete a post-presentation survey as well, and you'll have that information available to you. As usual, there's the Cloudy Thoughts forum to share anything that's confusing. Hopefully, I've made this week's information a little bit more simplistic for you and easier to understand. It's going to be a busy week, or it should be a busy week for you. Get started early so you can have your questions answered as soon as possible. Remember, I don't check my email and I usually don't respond to messages posted after 5 p.m. on Friday, so be sure you get started early. Any questions, let me know. Other than that, we will see you online.